And good morning and welcome to VSA Capital 5-Minute Morning Miner on Wednesday, the 9th of February. It's hump day, we're halfway through the week. And actually, market's feeling quite perky this morning. In fact, they've got a bit perkier in the last few days, although cash is still a little bit short with most of the fund managers. They could do with a few nice takeovers, that or mergers, and get a bit of cash back into their funds. Anyway, morning, Ollie, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm watching the little sort of spike up we're having in gold. Do you think that'll carry on? Maybe run up to 2,000?
Well, so I think there's two scenarios really for gold in the next couple of months. Often you get a consolidation of the gold price into the first rate hike, and that perhaps means a bit more pain into March before then prices start to rise again, as that's what often happens once you've had the first rate hike. Then the gold price rallies with yields. But the alternative is that if the Fed steps back from raising rates, then you'll probably get a bit of a relief rally in the gold price, but it'll probably just stick in this channel that it's in at the moment. As a sort of continuation of the credit cycle. And although that'll perhaps avoid that initial sell-off, it isn't as positive as actually the start of proper monetary tightening, I don't think.
I didn't know you were an economist on the side as well, Ollie. Very impressive. All right, well, anyway, we will see is the answer. What news you got out today in the mining sector? I didn't see an awful lot myself, but
well, actually, a bit of news from a couple of gold companies. Caracal Gold, one of our clients, they released a Q4 update, which really just shows this is probably their first full period of gold production, having acquired the operation in the middle of last year. So they produced just over 2,000 ounces in the period, increasing that from about 500 in the first month to close to 1,000 in December. So that's a pretty impressive performance. And over that time, they reduced costs to about $960 an ounce by the end of the month. And they should start to get a bit more benefit from having switched to grid power in the quarter as well, which I think they indicate is about $100 an ounce additional cost reduction, ceteris paribus. So they're in a pretty good position after such a short period of time in charge of the asset, and that's really the foundation for their growth gold business. And so Kilometer is the production cornerstone, and they've got a plan to accelerate gold production up to about 24,000 ounces. And then they've also got the two acquisitions. The acquisition they've made, Nyakafura, which is in Tanzania, and that's been really well timed. BHP made a investment in Kabanga, showing just how rapidly Tanzania has changed as a jurisdiction for investment over the past sort of 18 months. And then the other aspect of their exploration is at Kilometer itself. So they're really doing well to get to their 3 million ounce resource target and 50,000 ounce production target.
Yeah, they're doing it pretty fast, aren't they? Which is impressive. So and it's one that is going to get more and more on the radar, I suspect. But yeah, an interesting one. Maybe one for you to go and visit soon, Ollie. You could do with a site visit. I haven't done one for ages.
Yeah, you can start going further afield than southwest England.
There's no need to go further afield than that. Anyway, anything else you got this morning?
Yes, Sierra Madre, another client of ours, they're TSXV listed. They are just about to start their drill program in Mexico. They've got two assets in Mexico where they achieved some strong results last year. 9 meters at 543 grams silver equivalent, 15 meters at 419 grams silver equivalent. So they'll be focusing on areas of historic mining to start with, and then building out. The last 6 months, they've really been reinterpreting the geology across the entire license area, and what previous owners had done is really just stick to the old timers mines rather than systematic modern exploration. And so there'll be a combination of confirming what's been done before and also starting to step out and see what the real potential is. But I think the key thing for this company is that the management's track record in terms of identifying early stage assets and turning them into real winners is pretty special. Two of the examples are Millennial Lithium and Prime Mining. I think we've talked about those a lot, so I don't think we need to go into how successful they've been.
No, I agree. It's a good stable, so to speak. And Mexico is looking like a pretty interesting place to be as well, isn't it? Might have to do a site visit there too, Ollie.
Yeah, Mexico's. It is interesting. You know, a lot of South American countries, there's a sort of uptick in resource nationalism, and it's sort of on the back of COVID, and countries that have suffered badly during COVID. But actually, Mexico seems to do quite well, and they aren't getting that sort of backlash in terms of reaching out for extreme political parties to try and resolve the issues that have arisen from COVID.
It does appear to be that way anyway. Okay, I will call it a day. We've been nattering for a little while, Ollie, so thank you for that.
All right. Thanks, Andrew. I think Paul's back tomorrow.